A lot of people are leaving the United States, and even more are thinking about it. What is going on?
The U.S. State Department estimates that 9 million Americans live abroad, and that rate has been increasing substantially over the last several years.
The old American dream was about prosperity and opportunity, maybe home ownership or providing a better life for your kids. But for a lot of people, that dream is dead.
Yeah, it's just not an option anymore. Now the new American dream is leaving. It's still about prosperity, just not in the United States anymore.
So in this video, we're going to take a look at the top 7 reasons why people are leaving the United States, starting with the high cost of living.
Yeah, it's number 7, and it is ridiculously high. It's a major reason, especially why retirees are thinking about leaving. They can't afford to live in the United States after working their entire life, saving for retirement, counting on Social Security. Now they've reached retirement and realized that the amount of money they have to live on each month is just not enough.
Well, and inflation is just driving the prices up even more. It's so much more expensive to buy a house, to rent. We just read an article that said now only 21% of the homes that were available for sale last year in 2022 was actually at an affordable price point for most U.S. households. I mean, only 21%. That is the ultimate American dream, and most people cannot achieve that.
It's crazy how expensive home ownership has become. And that doesn't even include taxes and insurance, which have also really increased. So even retirees who own their home, every year the cost of that is going up because the cost of their insurance, the replacement value of the home, it continues to increase because material costs are going up, and the taxes are going up because of the value of the homes going up every year. They get reassessed, and those property taxes increase in those states that have to pay that, which is most of them.
Plus, we just read another article that 3/4 of Americans have seen their utility bills go up and up and up. I mean, and that, for some people, that is a deal breaker, that they have to choose between getting food to eat or paying their electric bill or having heating for the winter because the winters have been so harsh.
Yeah, we just paid our electric bill. It was $28 for an entire month. That's pretty typical for us. When we lived on the coast, we paid about $60 to $70 per month, because we ran the air conditioner during the night. But that's mainly all of our utilities are rolled into like less than $30 a month. We pay $45 a month for our internet access. Back in Denver, we were paying $120 a month for a fraction of the speed and reliability that we get here in Ecuador.
Yeah, and our cell phone bill is only $20 a month, and you can even get plans for cheaper, spend like $10 a month, but that is just not doable in the U.S., at least not if you want really good coverage. It's just ridiculous. The utility bills now are running hundreds of dollars, and what are you going to do? You have to have electricity and heat.
Yeah, we have some of our commenters, our viewers, post in the comments that their electric bill is $400 or $600 just for their utility bills in a month. That is more than we pay for an entire year here in Ecuador. That high cost of living is probably the main reason why most Americans are looking to leave or have left already. And tied in with that is the next one, number 6, which is unaffordable health care. A lot of people have to leave, including us, because we could not afford health insurance and health care in the United States.
Yeah, we've talked about this a lot. We love sharing our healthcare experiences here in Ecuador because they are so positive while being so incredibly affordable. In general, you could be paying up to 90% less compared to the prices in the United States, which is insanity.
Yeah, prescriptions are about 90% lower here, at least some of them. The healthcare 70 to 90% lower than the United States. And if you go to other parts of the world, it really is 90% less for the same procedures. And it's not like a dirty, disgusting hospital. These are like nice hospitals too. It's the same kind of care that you get in the US. It's just a lot more affordable. And actually the health outcomes are higher despite having the most expensive healthcare system in the world. The United States just has average quality healthcare.
Yeah, Ecuador rates a lot higher, and so do so many other countries for quality healthcare. Plus, you get incredible service. You can get in to see your doctor right away. They will make house calls. The doctor makes house calls, people.
Yeah, I had to go get a test done recently, and I sent a WhatsApp message on my phone to my doctor, and I said, hey, I'm due for this test. And he sent a WhatsApp message back with the orders for the tests I had to get done. And I said, hey, can you send me a receipt so I can pay you for your time? He said, oh, don't worry about it. We'll just cover it under your next office visit.
And this is common operating procedure throughout Ecuador and other Latin American countries.
I wrote an entire blog post about our recent healthcare experiences, including cost and quality and the procedure for getting everything done and how the process works. So check below for a link to our website, ameliaandjp.com, for more info on that.
Number 5 is the low quality of life. And this happens when you can't afford the basic necessities of life like food, housing.
One of the things we really improved after leaving the United States and moving here is our quality of life, because we don't spend every day worrying about how we're going to make ends meet, how we're going to take the little amount of money we're making and spread it across all of the giant expenses that we have. That is just massive quality of life improvement just by getting out of that imbalanced system.
Yeah, improving your work-life balance for some is a must. It really decreases your stress level as well. And you also get better quality relationships. So your whole life isn't all about getting your kids to school and then getting yourself to work, and your friends aren't just work friends. It's a completely different environment once you remove yourself from that toxicity.
And also for Americans, we're not used to having any vacation time. When you have a job, you're lucky to get 2 weeks a year. You have to beg for that time off, and you can't take it the same time as other people do. But, if you can transition your work to online and you can call your own shots and leave the U.S., and you don't have to worry about the vacation time anymore, because you kind of feel like you're living on vacation. I know that we do. I feel like our life is kind of like a permanent vacation. Even though we work a lot, it takes a lot of energy to create all the content that we create, but we love it. It doesn't feel like work to us.
Yeah, it's very liberating and very freeing, because we call our own shots, we create our own schedule. And I would not change that for a second.
Yeah, just leaving and working online has really, really dramatically increased our quality of life.
The next reason why people are leaving the U.S. is for adventure and exploration. And this is so exciting. We have explored all over Ecuador.
Yeah, we've been to a lot more of Ecuador than some of our Ecuadorian viewers who say that we've been to more places in their country than they have. We have been all over Ecuador, except for the Amazon and the Galapagos. Both of those are on our list, but we've been all over the mountains and the coastal region. It's an amazing country that we just would not have been able to explore, at least not at this level, had we just come here on a vacation and not lived here.
Exactly. We would have never had enough time, and we wouldn't have gone to certain places. Like, I don't think Mindo was high on our list when we came here for our exploratory trip. Well, I know it wasn't, because I had not even heard of it. And it is my favorite place to go.
Yeah, Mindo, the cloud forest, they're hummingbirds like you just can't even imagine. The toucans, there's waterfalls. It's an Ecuadorian tourist destination, but not as popular with international tourists. So it's just incredible to go there and experience it, and really just kind of be there with all the other Ecuadorians.
We've had so many other incredible trips, like going to Inca Pirca to see the ruins, which again, I didn't really know about, because everybody thinks ruins, they think Machu Picchu, but Ecuador has its own incredible version.
Yeah, those are Inca ruins. There's several different sites throughout Ecuador, including one in Cuenca, right in the city center. In fact, Cuenca was built on the Inca ruins.
Yeah, that's my favorite place to go, in Cuenca. We could go on and on and on, but we're not going to.
Yeah, one of the great things, though, about being able to live in Ecuador and explore is that it's made us feel a lot more comfortable to go out of Ecuador and explore other countries. I've always kind of been fascinated with Colombia, but I was kind of afraid to go there. But after living in Ecuador, it just seems kind of normal. And we took our first trip to Medellin recently and just loved it. We had so much fun while we were there, and really can't wait to go back. Once you live abroad for a little while, it really does blow the top off of your worldview and your limiting beliefs and your perceptions about what the world is like and how safe or dangerous it is. And you realize it's really not that much different. People just want to live their lives, and it's fun to go explore all of the different areas. This world is so amazing and beautiful that it's just life-changing to see it.
And it is still affordable. So many places that you want to go and check out are very affordable.
The next reason people are leaving the U.S. is to escape Mother Nature. She has been really mean to us lately. We have our issues here in Ecuador. We just had a pretty big earthquake that, several people died and it caused quite a bit of damage. Nothing like what we saw in Turkey. But earthquakes happen here. We are on the Ring of Fire. Also, we've had flooding because of El Nino. El Nino's back and is dumping all kinds of water along the coast, the coastal region from Colombia down to Peru. So we're getting a lot of flooding. However, we don't have these massive hurricanes. There's no hurricanes in Ecuador or anywhere kind of along this western coast of South America. And the weather is very temperate. We live in the mountains. The temperature is always in the same range, like 60 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit. So we don't have heat or air conditioning, and we haven't the entire time we've lived in the mountains. When you live on the coast, you need AC, but you don't need heat there either.
Well, and we aren't having atmospheric rivers, and we aren't having bomb cyclones and major snowstorms or extreme drought. And we did have a little bit of drought last year, but nothing like the United States is seeing. And parts of Europe are going through this too. Parts of the world are just kind of going crazy by Mother Nature, but not everywhere is like that. So it's another reason why people want to get away, especially from the winter.
Yeah, the winters are brutal. They've been even worse lately in the United States, especially in the northern United States. And we don't have winter when you live on the equator. And it's really not as hot as people think. Everybody thinks that because we're on the equator, it's going to be like the Congo in Africa, where it's like jungle and it's hot and humid, or the Amazon rainforest. It's not like that when you live in the mountains. When you're above 5,000 feet in elevation, the weather is nice. It's temperate. It's spring-like all year round. All right, the next one, we're going to have to knock the energy down a couple notches, because this is not a good one why people are leaving the U.S., and that is social injustice. Blaxit is a new term that I just learned. It means black people are leaving the United States. They're moving out because they feel like they're going to get better treatment and more equal opportunity. Same applies for the LGBTQ community. They feel like if they leave the U.S. that they have better opportunities and they're treated better and they have a lot less stress in their life.
Yeah, obviously we don't have firsthand experience with this type of issue. However, we've heard from a lot of people that have moved to Ecuador and other countries that they do feel much more welcome, and that it's just totally much more inclusive for them and their given lifestyle.
They also tell us they just feel safer. There are a lot of families moving abroad because they don't want their children raised in that environment, and they feel like their children are getting a better experience by living abroad. It's a safer experience for them too, and they're getting exposed to new cultures and new ways of doing things and seeing what life is like outside the U.S.
And the number one reason why people are leaving the United States is because of the political climate, which, let's face it, is pretty ugly at times.
It really is. We hear this all the time. It doesn't matter which political ideology you ascribe to, you're not happy with the way things are going in the U.S. right now. And a lot of people talk to us, and that's why they're leaving. They post in our comments, they message us. It doesn't matter where they fall on the political spectrum. They're ready to get out because they're just sick of the toxic politics.
We don't talk about politics because it is so divisive, but if you're thinking about leaving, this is probably one of your reasons.
The world is even more accessible now because so many people are able to work online, plus your retirement dollars go a lot further in other countries where the cost of living is a lot lower.
The U.S. has a powerful passport, which makes the dream of leaving very easy.
A lot of countries allow U.S. citizens to stay for 90 days on a tourist visa. You don't even have to go through the hassle of getting a long-term visa. However, a lot of countries have long-term visas available too.
It's really unfortunate, but homeownership, education, and a better life for your kids, it's just not attainable. It's just not the American dream anymore.
And that's why the new American dream for a lot of people is leaving.
If you're thinking about moving to Ecuador like we did, then check out our Ecuador relocation e-course.
Yeah, it covers every step from A to Z so you don't miss anything important. I'll put a link below so you can go read some reviews and enroll today.
And that is all we have for this video. We will see you in our next one.
Ciao.
Ciao.